Hello guys. So in this session we are going to learn how to send Apache2 logs to Elastic Stack and Filebeat. Okay. So let's start. So here I mentioned some prerequisites. So first of all, here AWS account with Ubuntu 24.04 LTS EC2 instance. Then we need at least 2 CPU and 4 GB RAM for smooth performance. And we need to install Java and Apache 2. Okay, so this Java and Apache 2 we are going to install in this session. Okay, but if you have, then you can install first and then you will follow the steps. Okay, so here you can see in this second prerequisite we need 2 CPU and 4 GB RAM for smooth performance. Okay, so as you can see here, this is my AWS account. So here I may choose this T2.large instance type. Okay. If you want, then you can choose T2.medium, but here I want to choose T2.large because for the smooth performance. Okay. If you want, then you can choose T2.large for smooth performance. Okay. Now the next step is, now let's start to send Apache2 logs to Elastic Stack and Filebeat. Okay. So first of all here, the first step is let's set up Ubuntu EC2 instance. Okay. So as you can see here, I have successfully connected to my terminal. Okay. Now let's start to set up the Ubuntu EC2 instance. Okay. So first of all, let's update the system packages using the following command sudo apt-get update or sudo apt update command. So as you can see, it's done. So let me clear screen first. And the next step is now let's install OpenJDK 11. So Elasticsearch requires Java. So we need to install OpenJDK 11 on Ubuntu. So let's install using the following command. So as you can see, it's done. If you want to check the details of about Java, then you can run Java version. Okay. So as you can see the details about the Java. Okay. So it's done. You have successfully installed OpenJDK 11. Okay. Now the next is let's install Apache 2. So sudo apt install Apache 2. So yes, I want to install. So yes, it's successfully installed. Okay. So now after that, let's check the status of Apache. So as you can see, it's active running. Okay. After installing Apache 2 or Apache, if you want to check it's successfully installed or not, simply you can copy your instance IP and hit on browser. So as you can see, Apache 2 default page and it works. That means you have successfully installed Apache 2 on this Ubuntu. You can see the details. Okay. It's done. Now the next stage is install Elasticsearch. Okay, so let's install Elasticsearch on Ubuntu. So for that, first of all, you need to import the Elasticsearch GPG keys. Then you need to add the Elasticsearch repository. And after that, let's update the system package. The repository added to the system package sources, and the command is sudo apt update. And in last, now it's time to install Elasticsearch using the following command sudo apt install -y Elasticsearch. So now as you can see, it's installing Elasticsearch on Ubuntu 24.04 LTS and it's installing the latest version of Elasticsearch, that 8.17.3. That's the latest version of Elasticsearch. Okay. So as you can see, it's installing. So we need to wait for 1 to 2 minutes. Sorry, maybe a few seconds. It's installing within few seconds. So as you can see, it's almost done. Now as you can see, unpacking Elasticsearch 8.17.3. That's the latest version of Elasticsearch that we are going to install in Ubuntu 24.0 for LTS. Now it's setting up Elasticsearch. Okay, it's almost done. Okay, so it's done. After installing Elasticsearch, let's enable the Elasticsearch first. Then let's start the Elasticsearch. So it's take few seconds to start Elasticsearch. Okay, now let's check the status. As you can see, it's active running and it's 7 seconds ago. That means 7 seconds ago, we have successfully installed Elasticsearch and we have successfully start. Okay, so now after that, let's configure the Elasticsearch configuration file. That means let's modify the Elasticsearch configuration file. So I'm going to edit the configuration file using Nano Editor and the location is etc elasticsearch elasticsearch.yaml file. So in this file, we need to make 3 changes. So first of all, let's go to the network. And this network, first of all, let's remove the network host. And this IP replace with 0.0.0.0 IP. That means any IP can access this like that. 0.0.0.0. That means any IP can access. Then second changes is this discovery seeds host. First of all, let's uncomment this. And I'm going to remove this host 1 and host 2. If you want, then you can keep as it, but I'm going to remove and discover your seeds host. Then let's go to the security. And in this security, that expect security enable that true replace with false. So in this, we made 3 changes. First is true replace with false. Second one is here discovery seed host. We need to uncomment this and we need to remove this host 1 and host 2. Then here we need to uncomment this network host and replace this IP with 0.0.0.0. Okay, let's save the file and exit. And as you know, after changes any configuration file, we need to restart the server. So let's restart the Elasticsearch. So as you can see, it takes few seconds to restart also. Okay. After restarting, let's check the status. Now it's 3 seconds ago to restart. Okay. It's done. We have successfully installed Elasticsearch and we have successfully configured our Elasticsearch, right? Okay, now it's time to access Elasticsearch output. Okay, so how to access? So as you can see, send a GET request to check if Elasticsearch is running and responding. If successful, you should see the JSON response with the cluster. First of all, let's check in terminal using the curl command. As you can see, the output. IP, cluster name, Elasticsearch, cluster UUID, version number, build flavor, build type, build hash, build date, snapshot, version, and so on the details of our Elasticsearch. Now, let's access this output on browser. How to access? So first of all, let's copy our instance IP. And as you know, our Elasticsearch port number is 9090 here. So first of all, you need to open this port number on your security group that you are using when you launch your instance. Okay. So you need to open this port 9200 5604 and 40044. Okay. So let's access the Elasticsearch in browser. So enter the instance IP and then the Elasticsearch port number is 9200. As you can see, the same output in our browser that we have access in terminal, right? Okay, it's done. Then the next is, let's go to the next step. Next step is let's install Kibana. So now it's time to install Kibana. So Kibana provides visualization for elastic data. So we'll install Kibana on the system. So the command is sudo apt install -y Kibana. So as you can see, it's installing Kibana on Ubuntu 24.04 LTS, right? So it take 25 to 30 seconds to complete. So now it's unpacking Kibana 8.17.3. That's also latest version of Kibana, right? As you can see, it's done. We have successfully installed Kibana. Now it's time to enable the Kibana, install the Kibana, start the Kibana. So firstly, let's enable. And now it's time to start. Now it's time to check the status. As you can see, it's active running and it's 4 seconds ago. Okay. So we have successfully installed Kibana also. Okay. Now it's time to modify the configuration file of Kibana. So let's open the configuration file of Kibana using Nano Editor and the location is etc kibana kibana.yaml file. So in this file, in this configuration file, we also have three changes here. First changes is this Kibana server. First of all, let's uncomment this Kibana port because Kibana port number is 5601. So that's why keep as it is, only uncomment this line. Then uncomment this network host and this local host replace with 0.0.0.0. That means any IP can access this. And the third change is, let's scroll down and this Elasticsearch, the third change is here. Elasticsearch host uncomment this line of port number of Elasticsearch. So in this we have made three changes: port number, server host, and Elasticsearch. So let's save the file and exit. And as I told you, after changes any configuration file, we need to restart our server. So let's restart the Kibana. Okay, now let's check the status. As you can see, it's active running. Okay, let me clear screen first. So in this, we have installed Elasticsearch and Kibana also. Okay, now let's access. You can see access the Kibana interface by navigating this in your web browser, and this will open the Kibana dashboard where you can start exploring your data. So after that, after successfully install Kibana, if you successfully install Kibana, then you will access Kibana in your web browser. Okay. So let's check. First of all, let's copy the instance IP. hit on browser, and your Kibana port number is 5601. Okay, so let's enter. So as you can see here, this is the Kibana dashboard, adding the integrations and so on. That means we have successfully installed Kibana on Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. Right. Okay. Now the next is, let's install Filebeat. Now it's time to install Filebeat. So Filebeat collects and forward log to data to Elasticsearch or Logstash. So let's install Filebeat first. Sudo apt install -var Filebeat. So it's installing Filebeat on Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. That's the version is 8.17.3 also. Okay. After installing Filebeat, so no need to edit the Filebeat configuration. As default, it's configured to send logs to Elasticsearch. That's why no need to edit or modify Filebeat configuration file. So let's enable Apache module in Filebeat. So the command is sudo Filebeat modules enable Apache. So enabled Apache. Now let's configure the Apache module. So let's open this file. And in this file, this enable false replace with true, and var paths set var paths. So that's why here you can see, first of all, this enable replace with true and set the var paths here. So that's why I'm going to remove this. Here I'm going to set this. Okay. Module Apache access enable true var path var log Apache access dot log, then error for same for error dot log. Okay, that's the Apache module. Okay, let's save the file and exit. Okay, it's done. Now let's test the configuration using the following command: sudo filebeat test config. So config is okay. Then next is apply filebeat setup changes using sudo filebeat setup command. Now it's loading Kibana, loading dashboard of Kibana, and Kibana must be running and reachable, right? So it takes few seconds to complete this command. So we need to wait for few seconds. So wait for a few seconds. As you can see, loaded dashboard. It's almost done. Now within complete within 10 to 20 seconds. Okay, as you can see, it's done. After that, the next is let's enable Filebeat. And then let's start our Filebeat. Okay. Now let's check the status of our file wait. As you can see, it's running 11 seconds ago. So let me clear screen first. Okay. Then now ensure Elasticsearch is receiving data from file bit by checking this indices. So let's check this. Okay, it's right. If you want to access this output in your browser, so let me show you. As you can see. Okay. Then now you can see verify the Apache logs in Kibana. So how to check? So go to the Kibana. Scroll down and check the logs option in observability. So in the left hand navigation menu, if menu is collapsed, click on expand icon. Okay, let's go to the Kibana. So that's the Kibana. Now let's click on explore on my own. So as you can see, that's the dashboard of Kibana. Elasticsearch, observability, security, analytics, management, and so on the details. So that's the Kibana dashboard. Now let's check the logs. Okay, so let's click on this and go to the observability and click on logs. So it takes few minutes or few seconds to see the logs, right? So that's why here you need to wait for few seconds or refresh the page, and then after that let's go to this observability and let's check the logs. Okay, that's it. So it's done. So in this session, we have learned how to send Apache2 logs to Elastic Stack and Filebeat. So thank you for watching and I hope you understand.